Welcome back to SOTA Spotlight. Today, we're diving into something major in the evolution of GPT models and why this quarter's updates matter if you build software, wrangle data, or are plotting your next AI product. The headline is clear. OpenAI shipped GPT-5 to the API, and Microsoft doubled down on Azure AI Foundry as the home base where this power actually turns into production software. This isn't just better chat. GPT-5 blends coding power with real agency, the kind that chains tools together, pushes through errors, and completes multi-step jobs without dropping the thread. Let's start with the model itself. OpenAI is calling GPT-5 their best system for coding and agentic tasks, and the benchmarks back it up. On SWE-bench Verified, real repositories, real GitHub issues, GPT-5 clocks 74.9%. O3 managed 69, and GPT-4.1 was even lower. That might sound like just a few points, but it's a huge gap in practice. GPT-5 gets there with 22% fewer tokens and 45% fewer tool calls, which matters when you're paying by the token and juggling tools in production. Other benchmarks show the same pattern. On Aider Polyglot, which tests code editing across multiple languages, GPT-5 hit 88% accuracy. That's a one-third reduction in error rate over O3's 79, and far above GPT-4.1's 52. In front-end development tests, where the goal is working web apps that look right and compile clean, human evaluators preferred GPT-5 over O3 about 70% of the time. Partners testing it early have been effusive. Cursor called GPT-5 the smartest model they've ever touched, remarkably intelligent, easy to steer, and with just enough personality. Windsurf saw tool calling errors cut in half compared to other frontier models. Versal labeled it the best front-end AI they've used, combining aesthetic sense with code quality. Inside OpenAI, their own team reported that GPT-5 could navigate gnarly codebases, including their reinforcement learning stack, and return answers with enough context to make day-to-day engineering faster. But raw coding benchmarks only tell part of the story. Agency is where GPT-5 feels like a step change. On SWE-bench, which tests tool use in telecom scenarios, GPT-5 scored 96.7%. To put that in perspective, just 2 months earlier, no model scored above 50. That isn't a rounding error. It's a complete jump in reliability. When the world state shifts mid-flow, GPT-5 can still navigate tools with precision. On instruction following, it's equally sharp. Collie eval, 99%. Scale multi-challenge, nearly 70 versus O3's 60. On OpenAI's own internal API instruction following test, built from real developer feedback, GPT-5 lands 64%, while O3 is stuck at 47%. The theme is consistency. GPT-5 follows instructions more reliably across messy, real-world prompts. And developers now get more steering levers. The API exposes a verbosity parameter, low, medium, or high, that nudges output length without breaking explicit instructions. There's also a reasoning effort knob with 4 levels: minimal, low, medium, high. Benchmarks like 74% on SWE-bench, 88% on Aider Polyglot, 96% on SWE-bench, and a tenfold drop in factual errors add up to a system that doesn't just talk, it acts. Pair that with Azure AI Foundry corralling models across vendors, and you see the shape of the next era. Goal-driven systems that can plan, call tools, recover from errors, and close loops. So that's the story this quarter. GPT-5 as a coding collaborator and reliable agent, open-weight models as the on-ramp, Azure AI Foundry as the enterprise hub, and a Microsoft OpenAI alliance that trades exclusivity for gravity. The short version? You can now ship bigger ideas faster with less babysitting and predictable costs. All right, that's the download. Catch you in the next one.